perfectly. That's just not really how it works. But this is your 7 o'clock Strong Flow. My name is Kate. If we haven't met, welcome to class. If you are meeting me for the first time in this format, I mean, good for you. Along for the ride, right into the thick of it. But Strong Flow, really, I'm just going to throw a bunch of options at you. So take them or leave them. You can keep doing the things that make sense to you if I lose you. If you do have specific questions, you can always throw them into the chat function. I'll find them there, or catch up with me online as well. That's the whole rundown for this evening. I am going to have you start laying down on your back. So getting down to the floor when you can, any kind of position that works for you. We are going to go for bent knees pretty quickly. If you do want to start there, you can. But any position on the floor will work. And take a nice big breath in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. Let's do one more time like that. Take an inhale. Open mouth, exhale. And then as you make this breath fully yours, if you can turn it into more of an internal breath, running in and out through your nose, that's going to be your best bet. And this idea of pulling everything into the middle of what you have, letting it run the length of your spine up and down, pulling your belly into your back, focusing your thoughts to the very center of you, the source of your power, your force, your strength is. And you get a couple breaths for you to find your baseline on that. See what you're running with. Now, as we add some movement to this, I am going to go ahead and start the playlist here. So one more time, if you haven't found it yet, that is in the chat, the link and the name of it. Again, it doesn't have to match up perfectly. It's not like we're doing things in sync with the music, but I will start it here if you are starting it as well. And if you're on your back, bend your knees, step your feet to the floor. Feet underneath your knees if you can make it happen, if you have a visual for that. Palms by your sides, shoulders press into the floor. And then push into your feet and your shoulders to lift your hips for a bridge pose, but you're really just getting your baseline on that, so it doesn't have to be your biggest one. Lower your hips back down to the ground. We find some breath for this. Inhale to lift it, and exhale to lower it. If you want to stay in the work of it, you might not actually touch the very top or the very bottom of it. Stay in the resistance kind of in the middle. If you want some arms for it, as your hips lift up, your arms reach up and then back behind you. As your hips come down, your hands come down. But make it yours, find your rhythm, find your range. The next time you're up, we'll meet there. Arms back behind you if they can be. Now keep the arms, lower the hips. See if you can get each piece of your spine to feel neutral against the ground. You might need to lengthen your feet forward. It's going to be harder with them this close. Take a big breath in. On your exhale, lift your chest and shoulders. Hands hover just right by your hips. We're going to do it again. Inhale, lower your chest, reach your arms overhead. Exhale, pull through and lift your shoulder blades. And then as you make this yours, and you can go fast or slow, slow is going to build more strength. Belly button pulls down. If you start to push your belly forward, that's a different thing. The next time you've come through, let's pause right there at the top of it. Belly pulls down a little further, maybe float your feet off the floor. Stack your knees on your hip bones, shins parallel to the ground. Lift a little taller with your chest if you can. You can bounce your hands up and down like a Pilates press. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Grab behind your thighs, Press your feet up to the ceiling. Let that pull you up a little taller with the chest. The legs may not be all that straight, that's all right. Keep the legs, release the hands. We get one more time on that press. It's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Grab back on. This time you're pulling up toward a boat pose. Anchor your feet, lift your chest, see if you can land it. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. If you can, reach the arms forward. We get it for 3, 2, 1. Bend your knees, cross your ankles, find a tabletop position. You may take a couple cat-cows when you found your table. Chest forward, hips back on an inhale. Round curl the whole thing in on your exhale. One more together like that. Inhale for length. Exhale to curl it in, but now it's yours. If you want to take it around in a circle, find some side bends or some barrel rolls. You get some time. We meet back in a tabletop position when you've got one. Step your right foot to the back of the mat. Pull it off the floor for some balance. Foot is straight out from your hip, belly pulls away from the floor, thumbs press down. Small pulse of the whole leg goes up an inch, up an inch, up an inch. Make it happen from the inseam of your leg. We'll go for 4, 3, 2, 1. As you bend your knee, pull it in toward your chest. Now your back's gonna round a little bit, but instead of the upper back rounding, I want you to think of carving out some space underneath your belly. Push the floor away and hold it for 3, 2, 1. Set your knee on the floor. Step your left foot to the back of the mat. Pull it off the floor if you've got some balance. Reset your spine in that flat line. Small pulse is from the inseam of the leg, up an inch, up an inch, up an inch, for 3, 2, 1. Bend your left knee. Think of carving out some space underneath your belly. So less upper back rounding, more of that empty, hollowed out spot. For 3, 2, 1. Set your knee down. You'll have a seat on your shins. If you can, stand up on your knees, but you're gonna lose my arms on this. I'm gonna start it low for me. Bring your arms up and overhead, take an inhale. Interlace your hands, place them behind your head on your exhale. And then widen your elbows on an inhale. Elbows to temples, rounded back, exhale. We're gonna do a couple of those. Inhale to open. Exhale to close it. Now again, if you can do that up on your knees, try it out. Inhale to open. Exhale to close it. And then kind of through the middle of this shape, take the interlace of your hands and bring it forward of your shoulders. So like you're trying to hug a tree. Keep that. Step your right foot forward to a kneeling lunge. And then take this loop around your knee or your front shin. You started to round a little bit when you grab it, right? So keep the grab, press your chest forward, see if you can flatten your back. You might keep that and come off the back knee. If you don't need your hands, you can keep them right where they're at. Take a gaze forward, inhale. Step to forward fold. On your exhale, you can release the hands. Fingertips to shins, let's find a halfway lift. Inhale. Fold it down on your exhale. 2 more, flat back, inhale. Fold it down, exhale. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Come up tall all the way to stand. Reach your arms up and overhead. Again, find that interlace overhead. Bring it behind your skull. Elbows wide like you did kneeling. Take an inhale. Elbows to temples, rounded back, exhale. One more time, inhale, open. Exhale, close it, and then heavy elbows, drag down toward the floor, forward fold. Release your hand. Left foot steps back, same lunge you were just in. Back knee comes down. Let's be taller on this one. Arms up and overhead. Take a big breath in. Cactus elbows wide and open. Exhale. Let's go for 2 more of those. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bring it wide. 1 more time. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bring it wide. If you can catch a fist, take it behind your back. Punch your fist toward your back inner knee. Open your chest wide. Belly button pulls back like there's a wall behind you. You might keep these arms. Come to your kneeling position. Just once, arms overhead, take an inhale. Interlace behind your head, exhale. Widen your elbows, inhale. Elbows to temples, exhale. Interlace comes forward, big hug of a big wide tree. Keep that, left foot steps forward. Interlace around your knee or your shin. Once you have it, press your chest forward, flatten your spine. Maybe you get off your back knee here. You can keep the hands off the floor, try it out. Look forward. Step into your fold. Halfway lift, find an inhale. Fold it down, take an exhale. Nothing fancy on this one. Up to stand, arms overhead, take an inhale. Hands to heart center on your exhale. Find a place that feels pretty steady. Where's the weight in your feet? How much of a bend in your knees do you need? And then eyes open, arms up, take an inhale. Forward fold on your exhale. Right foot steps back to your lunge. Back knee comes down. We're taller with the arms overhead. Take an inhale. Cactus elbows wide on your exhale. 2 more of those. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bring it wide. 1 more time. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bring it wide. Maybe it's a fist behind your back. If you have that, opposite thumb on top. Open and punch toward your inner knee. Belly pulls back. See if you can keep it. Left knee to your right knee. But this time, bring your arms up and overhead. Take an inhale. Dive your hands forward of your shoulders. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips. We in a downward facing dog. First down dog of class. So give it some time. Maybe pedal it out. And then we roll this into a plank pose, but see if you can go slowly. Find that hollowed out belly on your way forward. Stack your shoulders on top of your wrists when you get there. Same idea on the way back. You can bend your knees to find it a little bit better maybe, but hips up, press back. Let's find the breath for it. Inhale, carve it out, pull it forward. Exhale, press it back with control. The down dog. You get about 2 more on your own if you really are going this slowly. From your downward facing dog, lift your right leg up and back. Give it that small pulse from the inseam of the leg. Small pulse, but it's the whole leg. For 3, 2, 1. Thigh to your belly. Carve out some room on your way forward. Step your foot all the way through. Back knee comes down for a kneeling crescent. Arms all the way up and overhead. Take an inhale. On your exhale, hands to something. Floor, cushions, stack of books. Tuck your back toes. See if you can straighten both of your legs. We give it a couple pulses here. Bend your right knee, send your hips forward. Take an inhale. Back it up on the exhale. About 2 more on your own. As you bend your right knee, crawl your hands forward. Give me a supported warrior 3. Left leg out and away. If you don't need your hands, you could tent them or pull them off the floor, but we get a small pulse of the back leg. It goes up an inch, up an inch, up an inch. For 3, 2, 1, forward fold, both feet come down. Halfway lift, take an inhale. Fold it down, exhale. Chair pose on an inhale, bend your knees, sit your hips back, reach your arms up or forward. If you can keep the arms up, try it. If you need a little bit more to help with balance, you can bring the hands lower, but notice what's happening in the feet. Shift your weight forward, you might come off your heel. Shift your weight back, you might come off your toes. I want you to try it on your own a couple times. See where the breath makes more sense to you. Exhale forward or inhale forward. If you can stay forward, try it out. Heels are lifted. Slow motion to your forward fold. Maybe the heels stay lifted. Heels come down for halfway lift. Take an inhale. Step to a plank pose on your exhale. Now we were rolling in and out of it, but we haven't really set up a good solid one yet. So see what you've got here. Knees or toes, press through your thumbs, pull up through your belly. If you want a little bit more, give me 3 tricep push-ups right here. Lower halfway down. Press that flat like a board. 2 more times. Meet me on the belly, on the mat, all the way down. Hands under your shoulders, elbows pull back. Baby cobra on an inhale. Lower it down on your exhale. 2 more times. Inhale to lift it. Exhale to lower it. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale, lower, back to down dog. Push up through a plank if you've got it, but hinge your hips up and back when you can. Left leg goes straight up and back. That same pulse from the inside of the thigh, it goes up an inch. Up an inch for 3, 2, 1. Bend your knee, carve out space, step it all the way through. Back knee down, kneeling crescent, take an inhale. Hands to something, tuck your back toes, straighten both of your legs. Exhale. We take a couple pulses, bend your left knee, send the hips forward, inhale. Back it up on the exhale. 2 more of yours here. And then rebend your left knee. Take your hands forward or float them. Supported warrior 3. And if you have a strong kick with the legs, but you don't need the hands, you can float them here. You really can. Otherwise, keep what you've got. Pulse the back leg up an inch. Up an inch. It's 3, 2, 1. Both feet down to fold. Halfway lift, take an inhale. Fold it, exhale. Chair pose on an inhale. And then airplane arms behind you on your exhale. That might be enough, or you might catch a fist there. I want you to keep the fist. Belly pulls into your back. Try that same weight shift again. Off the heels and off the toes. We've taken the arms out of contention with that fist. So it's all legs and belly. And if you can stay forward off the heels, let's test it out. Give it a breath. Into a fold. Release your hands and your heels. Halfway lift, inhale. Chaturanga if you've got one. Step to your plank. Lower halfway down if you want that full version. Upward facing dog is an inhale. Downward facing dog is an exhale. Give it a really good breath, a chance to clear some space right here. And then we build on this. Right leg goes up, take an inhale. Right foot steps through on your exhale. Back knee down, arms come up, take an inhale. Pyramid variation is your exhale, 2 straightish legs. And then rebend your right knee. Bring your hands to your heart. See if you can find more of a floating warrior 3. We're gonna pause for a second. Pull your belly up, move your chest forward. Meet me at a warrior 1, back foot on an angle. Arms come up, you're facing the front of the mat. Inner thigh of your left leg spins to the back of the room. Dig in with your right heel. Take a big breath in. Cactus your elbows wide or take a fist behind your back. Move your chest forward. You won't want to go too low or you'll have to overcorrect. Take a breath. Step right into your chair pose. Off the heels if they can be. Keep it or find a crow pose. Hands down, knees high up on your arms. Bend your elbows. Hug your feet together. They might lift. We meet in a forward fold. Step your left foot further back. Turn it on its side. We get a warrior two. Big and open on the right side. Really kind of a chance to land and get heavy for a second. As you straighten your right leg, bring your arms overhead and turn your toes to this left side of the mat. Wide fold as you come down. And you have some time here. We're not doing anything necessarily very fancy. So you can shift to the sides. You can bend each of your knees. If you want to test out that weight shift, you might grab for opposite elbows. Shift forward to the front half of your feet. Let your head hang in that frame. We're getting out of it the same way we got in. Up to star pose, take an inhale. Warrior two on the right leg, exhale. Give me a reverse warrior here, right hand high, take an inhale. Chaturanga if you want one. As your hands come down, step and bend your elbows. Or you skip that, meet me in down dog when you have it. Let's try the other side. Left leg goes up, take an inhale. Left foot steps through on your exhale. Back knee down, arms come up, take an inhale. One pyramid variation, two straight legs on your exhale. Bend your right knee. Maybe bring your hands to your heart this time. Slide into a taller warrior three. Warrior one is your release, back foot on its side. Arms come up, you're facing the front of the space. Inner thigh of the right leg pushes to the back of the room. Heel of your left foot digs in. Take an inhale. Cactus or fist behind your back, exhale. Open your chest, lean forward. You still want a flat spine. Upper body is already in chair. Match it with the low body. Heels up if you got it. Crow pose if you want one. Maybe stay in that bound chair, right? You can give it a second. From a forward fold, right foot steps way far back. As it turns on its side, we open a warrior two. Big, open, heavy with the hips. Give it a breath. Straighten your left leg, arms come up. Take an inhale. Toes face this right edge, wide fold on your exhale. And again, nothing fancy on this side. Give it a hang. Maybe you have more weight in your head this time now that you're used to it. Your legs might be more even. We reverse out of it. Star pose, take an inhale. Warrior two on the left leg, exhale. Reverse warrior, left hand lifts, take an inhale. Chaturanga is your exhale if you're choosing one. As you step, you bend your elbows. It's your path back to down dog so we can regroup. Big breath in. Big breath out. Big breath in. Big breath out. All right, let's build some more. Right leg goes up, take an inhale. Right foot steps through on your exhale. Let's stay off the back knee, tall crescent lunge, take an inhale. As you straighten both of your legs, sweep your arms behind you, airplane arms on your exhale. We get 2 more of those. Inhale, hinge, bring it up. Exhale, straighten, sweep it through. One more time. Inhale, hinge, bring it up. Exhale, straighten, bring it through. Pause right here. As you inhale, bend your right knee, reach your arms forward. As you exhale, full warrior 3. If you need your hands, you'll put them on the floor. If you don't need your hands, bring them to your heart. We move to Shiva squats. Bend your left knee, pack it behind the right as you sit back. Press back out to that warrior 3. We go for 3 more of these. Inhale, sit it low. Exhale, press it out. 2 more. This last one, you'll land in a warrior 1. Back foot on its side, arms come up. Take an inhale. Cactus or fist behind, exhale. Inhale to open your chest. Exhale to lean it forward. Now here we're gonna change it. We're swinging it wide open to a star pose. Arms break apart, straight legs, toes turn to the left. Take an inhale. Wide fold on your exhale. You have an opportunity to get upside down here. And I will talk you through it a little bit more directly than I normally do. A wide stance with your legs. If you're taking a tripod headstand, hands go down under your shoulders. Your head comes down forward of your hands. You have 3 points of an equal triangle. Top of your head is a little further back than you think it is. If you're taking a basket, interlace of your hands, the back of your head, same top of your head, further back goes to the floor. The mechanics are the same either way. The legs press out wide until they have nowhere to go but up. But it's your choice if you're getting off the ground or not. That weight shift forward will help. If you want a demo, I'm going to do basket here on the video. Meet me in a wide fold when you have one, wherever it is, however long you want to take to get there. So the same exit strategy as the last time we were here. Come up to star pose, take an inhale. Warrior 2 on the right leg, exhale. Reverse warrior, inhale. Chaturanga if you want one. Down dog is where we're going. Maybe float the right foot if you're taking that chaturanga shape. Give it a really good breath when you found it. Clear out the very bottom of your belly. Let's try this other side. Left leg goes up, take an inhale. Left foot steps through on an exhale. Tall crescent lunge, arms up, take an inhale. As you straighten both of your legs, airplane arms behind you. Exhale. Let's go for 2 more of those. Hinge, bring it up, take an inhale. Sweep it through on your exhale. 1 more, inhale. Exhale. As you bend your left knee, arms come forward, that's the inhale. Up to warrior 3, that's the exhale. Couple options for the hands, either bring them to your heart or put them on something like supported 3. Shiva squats either way, bend your left knee, pack your right knee behind it, sit back, take an inhale. Press out to 3, exhale, we get 3 more of those. Inhale to low. Exhale, press it away. 2 more. Into warrior 1, on an angle, arms come up, take an inhale. Cactus or fist behind you, exhale. Open wide, take an inhale. Lean forward with it, exhale. Again, it's a little different, it's a sweep up and open. Wide to the right side, star pose, take an inhale. Wide fold, take an exhale. That's the last time we're here, so it's the last chance to get upside down if you do want to try it. If you're like, I really don't want to put pressure on my head or my neck, it could be a simple shift here. Walk your hands way far forward, shift your heels off the floor. The same action of starting to pike your hips up and tone your belly in. We get the same exit strategy on the way out, up to star pose. Take an inhale. Warrior two on the left leg, exhale. Reverse warrior, inhale. Chaturanga if you want one, maybe float the foot, just do something different with it. Meet me in down dog when you have it. What's it gonna take in this down dog to clear that last inch of space at the bottom of your heels? Maybe it's a dance of your legs or a very specific breath. This last round starts the same, and then we take kind of a big detour, but right leg goes up, take an inhale. Right foot steps through, exhale. Tall crescent lunge, find an inhale. Two straight legs, arms sweep back, exhale. Bend your right knee, reach your arms forward, inhale. Warrior three, exhale. Now you might keep the arms extended this time. We go for two Shiva squats. Bend, sit low, take an inhale. Press it long, take an exhale, just one more of those. Inhale. And exhale. This time, like you're headed to Shiva squat. So put your hands down, put your back shin down. Come down to a twisted up seat. You can't keep both of your hips to the floor with two bent legs. You can straighten out the left one. But we are coming to a seated twist. So you can reorganize if you need to. Right hand behind you like a kickstand, left hand comes up. Take an inhale. Left elbow outside your right thigh. Push deeper on your exhale. The height of this will make a difference. You can get really tall through the top of your head, heavy through both of your hips. Keep everything else the same. Reach your right hand up to the ceiling. Take an inhale. Right elbow on top of your left elbow on your exhale. If that seems impossible, it can be a grab of your shoulders. If you have the eagle wrap in your hands, do that too. Whatever you have, recenter it, take it off your knees. It's a nice eagle wrap, whatever it is for you today. Elbows out from your shoulders, chest lifts toward your elbows, but your belly pulls back. If you lose this on the way, you can totally use your hands if you need them, but right elbow is on top, just remember it. I want you to come up to a chair pose. Unwrap your legs. Wide feet will help. A little rock will definitely help, but up to chair when you can find it. You lost the hands, right? Rewrap them when you can. We have the left elbow under, which means the left leg goes on top for your full eagle. Wrap your left leg over your right. If the cross of the knees is too much, try it at the ankles, but sit your hips back, pull your belly into your spine. Big breath in. Big breath out. Big breath in. Big breath out. Keep the legs, unwrap the hands, place them to the floor. If you want, toward a one-legged crow, right? Plant your hands forward. Left knee high up on the left arm. The right leg's the one that pushes back behind you. You bend your elbows back, your gaze goes forward. You might be able to hug the right foot off the floor or push it back. This is what I haven't been doing since I broke my face, and my demo is not gonna be very good today. Give it a shot. We go to downward facing dog for the last side of standing poses. So give it a quick shake if you need one. And then let's go for it. Left leg goes up, take an inhale. Left foot steps through on your exhale. Tall crescent lunge, find an inhale. 2 straight legs, arms sweep back, exhale. Bend your left knee, reach your arms forward, take an inhale. Up to warrior 3 on the exhale. You might keep the arms extended here. 2 Shiva squats, pack it low, take an inhale. Press it long, take an exhale, just 1 more of those, find it, inhale. And exhale, like you're headed to Shiva squat, but then set it down. We're into a seated twist, so organize your legs first. Straighten the right one if you need to. Left hand is a kickstand, right hand reaches up. Take an inhale. Right elbow outside your left thigh if it gets that far on your exhale. We get a few rests. If you want to bind, you could take it, but all of this goes back to the same place, right? A really tall spine, a lift through the top of your head. And keep everything else the same, but reach your left hand up to the sky. Take an inhale. Left elbow on top of the right elbow on your exhale. And again, if that's not anything for you, take a big hug of your shoulders. It's an eagle wrap. Reset, reorganize it. Lift your elbows off your knees. Elbows straight out from your chest. Chest starts to lift toward them, but the shoulder heads sink away from your ears. Again, this is not designed to be necessarily smooth. If you lose the arms on this, the left elbow on top. You can reset it if you need to. Let's find chair pose. Unwrap your legs. Feet wide will help. A little rock will help. It gives you some momentum to work with. Up to chair when you have it. Reorganize if you lost something. Yeah. When you have it, it's the right leg on top. Wrap it over, and if it's too high, bring it lower. Sit your hips back. Stretch your spine long. Pull your belly toward the ceiling. Again, we keep the legs, lose the arms. Place your hands to the floor. They gotta go forward so you can go forward. As you carefully unwrap the legs, bring your right knee high up on your right arm. Bend both your elbows, shift forward. You might be able to pick up your left foot. Maybe it goes nowhere at all. Maybe it pushes back behind you for one-legged crow. If you're working on regular crow, it's a good spot to throw it in. We have another breath or two if you've got a promising side. Meet me in a fold at the top of the mat. Take your feet about as wide as the mat. Sway your torso a couple times from side to side. And we're just gonna get really big and throw it away a couple times. Come up to stand, arms overhead, take an inhale. Throw it away into your fold on your exhale. 2 more, inhale, bring it up. Exhale, throw it down. 1 more, inhale. Exhale, throw it down, let it land. Halfway lift, take an inhale. Last chaturanga if you want one on your exhale. Go back to your down dog when you can. We're working into a hip opener from here. So if you know half pigeon's not gonna be your thing, figure 4 on your back, great place to go. If you're into half pigeon, we're gonna do it slowly. I'm gonna give you another option before you land it. Right leg goes up. Right shin comes forward. You set up the shape of your half pigeon. Back leg extends behind you. Before you settle, walk your hands back enough to be really tall. Keep your hips pointed forward, but walk your hands to the left. If you have more depth on this, you can bring your right elbow to the sole of your right foot, palm on top of palm, and push around into this open rotation. Your left hip's probably gonna pop up a little bit, but see if you can keep pushing it down, get longer through your right inner thigh, couple breaths. When you're ready to actually find your full half pigeon, turn your chest forward, all that space you made to the side, take it forward so you get a little bit longer. And then maybe come down. We get a whole minute for this one though. So if you got kind of lost somewhere, you need some more individual instruction, send me a chat in the chat function. I will see it. You're watching this on demand, that won't work, but you can ask me questions separately later. Give it a couple breaths. You went to your back, you can certainly switch it there. If you're on your front, back to down dog, and while you have it, you want to kick it around, flip your down dog over, like a rock star or flip dog, take some time with it. And again, we get that open rotation first if you're headed to half pigeon. When you're ready for the left side, left leg goes up, left shin comes forward, set up your regular shape, and then walk your hands back until you can feel tall. Keep your hip bones pointed forward, walk your hands to the right. You have more range than that, left elbow on your left foot, palm on top of palm, open your chest. The right hip likes to pop up there, so see if you can keep working it forward. Keep that rotation in your spine. As you decide to take it forward, all the space you just made off to the side, you're now taking it forward, so find some real good length with it. And then maybe come down. But again, it's a whole minute on this one. If you get lost or confused, send me a message. Something that feels pinchy or terrible is not worth staying in. Give it a couple of breaths. And on your way out, last down dog if you want one. If you do want to flip it, take a flip dog or a rock star, take your time with it. We'll meet me in a seated position when you have one, legs out in front. When you've found your seat, flex your feet, keep your legs active, and then reach your arms up and overhead, interlace your hands and place them behind your head. Like you did at the very beginning, open your elbows, take an inhale. And then elbows to temples on your exhale. We're gonna pause right there. See if you can scoop your elbows up a little bit taller. Keep them pinned toward your head as you lift your chest and take any rounding out of your back. If you want a little bit more depth in the triceps, you can release the grip of your hands and place your hands to the backs of your shoulder heads. Elbows might point up a little bit taller. Pull your belly against your back. Start to move your chest forward. Scrape your elbows as forward as they can get. And when you can't go any further with a flat back, you'll unpack your hands and reach for your legs. Imagine you could still have that same flat back though. That's the fold we want. Chest toward your toes, hips sit back. Soften your face. As you release your grip, you'll make your way to your back. You might need to scoot forward before you come down. Bent knees can help you lay down on the floor. We're getting into a couple back bends here. If you have a very comfortable wheel, you can do this in a wheel instead. But if you are iffy about your wheel, stick with bridge. I'm gonna demo bridge, so you won't have a visual for wheel. It's only if you feel okay about it. Arms by your sides for bridge, press into your feet and your shoulders, lift your hips. We already found the baseline for this at the very beginning, so see if you can get right into something big and wide across the chest. Walk your feet all the way together. Keep your right foot down, hug your left knee into your chest. From there, you might extend your left leg up. You get more extension when you bring it in first. If you try to wing it up from the floor, it's not going to get very far. Even pressure through both of your shoulders and your bottom foot. Keep the leg. Lower your hips. And then lower your foot. Give it a breath, maybe sway it out. Let's try the other side. Feet press down, shoulders press down. Come up to your bridge. Again, option to do this from wheel. It's just a lot of balance. Walk your feet all the way together. Left foot stays, right knee hugs in. From there, press it up toward the sky. It'll go further, I promise. Even pressure in your shoulders, belly's toned in. Keep the leg. Lower your hips. Lower your foot. Hug your knees into your chest. And then roll them around a little bit. Massage out the backs of your hips. You can take your knees in separate circles. And then hug your knees in tightly. Give them a good squeeze. Drop your knees over to the left. Double knee spinal twist, knees in a pile to the left. You go wide with your right shoulder, maybe the whole right arm. Back of your head held by the floor, not too much pressure in your neck. Bring your knees back into the middle, give them a squeeze to reset. And then drop your knees over to the right, double knee spinal twist, second side. When your knees have landed, left shoulder heavy and wide, left arm might go out to the side. If you bring your knees back in through the middle, this is really like your last minute before we set it into actual rest. If it were me, I would go for a happy baby, to be wide again in the inner thighs, a little bit of movement from side to side if you want it. But if you have something that's calling to you, getting upside down, maybe a plow pose for a little bit of rest and an extended low back. It might be as simple as legs up the wall, or a break in the action to gather up some blankets or pillows. And take a few breaths. When you feel ready to head to your final rest, your final Shavasana, that's what we're going for. Set up the position that seems like it makes sense. Extra padding, extra clothing if you need some comfort. And see if you can bring everything back to that line your breath is running up and down your spine. The more attention you give it, the more weight it has, the more of a carved out route it has to work with. You might pack some good thoughts in there while you're at it. The center of your power and your strength and your force has some nice stuff to focus on. I will guide you out of this after a couple minutes. If you don't want to be guided out, you're welcome to leave right here. But if you're into it, start with your breath. Take an inhale and take an exhale. You feel ready to be guided out, start with your breath. And find that path up and down the length of your spine. The more you pay attention to it, the harder that breath can run, the more it digs out a nice groove right there. It's where everything is coming from, the force of your power. Some of your thoughts are right there. Make them ones you can draw something from. And you want to add some movement to this. That movement can stretch all the way to the edges, getting into your wrists, your ankles, or your ears. So when you'd like to get really big, reach your arms overhead, extend your legs out long, take a big breath in. Draw your knees to your chest or roll off to a side, whatever seems reasonable. Meet me in a seated position when you have one. Any seat will work here to reconvene. Hands at heart center, that symbol of bringing everything into the middle. The line of your breath runs. The power of your thoughts start where your core is. We'll take one breath together. Take your time with it. Gather up something from that path you've been using. Take a big breath in. And take a big breath out. Your thumbs at third eye center, that spot right between your eyebrows. Thank you for sharing all of your time this evening, all of your movement, and especially your breath. Namaste. Thank you guys. If you have questions, let me know. You can throw them in the chat if you're watching this live. If you're watching it on demand, catch up with me on Instagram, Kate Harmony Yoga. You can find me there. That's all I got for you. I'm so glad you were here.
Thank you, Kate. Thank you.